This video is a compilation of everything that I went through while quitting caffeine. That's all. That's it. Sometimes people make intros too complicated. I think I just nailed it. Have fun. Good luck, and I hope you enjoy the viewing experience. You know what? I feel so good this Monday, the start of this new week, that I'm going to challenge myself to go a week without caffeine. There's only one exception, and that is if my fiance wants to go get a sweet treat from Dutch Bros. Caffeine will be allowed then because sweet treat time is precious. However, no caffeine for a week. Feta, no chasing bunnies. Get over here. If you've seen some of my first videos on this channel, you know that I probably have a caffeine problem. Sometimes I'll have 4 energy drinks in a day and I'll feel fine. That's 800 milligrams of caffeine. That's too much. I just know, just logically, that's just not good for me. Consider this morning cardio not complete because we just started. Come on, Feta. Let's get at it. And let's have a killer day today, huh? She said sure. You know, I'm wondering if I should get a multivitamin. I just think that I'm probably not getting all of my daily essential nutrients. And if I'm going to go this whole week without caffeiners, I should probably do something else to supplement. Do something else to supplement the caffeine. Immediately, you know what I'm realizing? Actually, now that I say that, I'm not going to back down from it. I said that because I was like, what if I need vitamin B12 because I need vitamin B12 to have energy? And that's correct. But isn't that just a freaking dependency on caffeine? Isn't that me being addicted to caffeine? Because I'm sitting here at home and I'm like, it's time to get my day started. Where's my energy boost at? Vitamin B12, need a multivitamin. Didn't I start out the sentence saying, I think multivitamins are a scam, but I need a boost? It's ridiculous. This is a problem. I have a lot of reflection to do, huh? Although I will say, aside from the fact that I think I subconsciously said that because I'm trying to convince myself that I need a boost because apparently I'm going through withdrawals at 8:12 a.m. Okay, you know why I think this is going to be really good for me? And it is because I have learned over time to pay really, really good attention to the subconscious signals that I'm telling myself and what they're telling me that I believe. So let's think of an example. I'm just going to use this caffeine example. I've realized that what I want is to go about my day with peace and happiness and to really honestly just go about my day excited for life itself and excited to go on that adventure and to do it because I want to do it, because that's what I feel inspired to do, because that's what was pushing me forward as the natural excitement that I'm feeling to move forward in life. And I've realized that using the external stimulants is subconsciously telling myself that because I don't have enough excitement for my day naturally, I'm going to take a bunch of caffeine so that I have an overload of energy so that then I do what I should be doing. And I don't like that. I don't like it because that just means that I'm doing something that I wouldn't genuinely want to do if it weren't for the additional boost of external stimulants that then makes me rely on those external stimulants even more, because then there's a withdrawal period, because then there's the other longer lasting effects, because then the next day you wake up tired and you're like, I wish I could go back to feeling normal. And then what do? You drink another coffee, you know. Before, I remember when I first started drinking caffeine, it was, okay, 1 cup of coffee and bro, I am buzzed. I am like, you know, locked in. And then I was drinking 4 energy drinks last week and I was feeling normal. That's extreme. That is so extreme. Long story short, I just don't want to be telling myself that I need caffeine because I need something to give me energy to go about my day. I want to have the energy naturally to do the things that I want to do just because I want to do them. And that's what I want. That's why we started, I think, this whole channel. I was just feeling stuck. And I think I'm kind of figuring out all of the little things that I was doing that were making me feel just not excited for life, and we're tackling that. We're tackling them one at a time. Because also, like, you know what? A lot of people say, you know, you only live once. So then they make their stupid decision, like, you only live once, so F it. I mean, I just did it earlier, like last week or whatever. I said, you only live once, you know, let me just hit this vape one time. Stupid. And there probably is a time and a place to make those silly decisions, because you only live once, but also on the other flip side, you only live once. So that one time that I'm going to be living, I do want to do it as healthy and as happy as possible. And at least for me, being happy is very, very, very much related to being healthy. That's why they say health is wealth, baby. Health is wealth. And that's true. If you're not healthy, what else is there? So taking care of health is got to be really important. And I can just tell. I just know that continuing to go down the line of caffeine, too much caffeine, it might not cause any problems right now, but down the line, I'm sure that was going to cause some type of problem. All right, just a quick update. Besides taking a shower, it's 1 p.m. now. I want to say from like 11 a.m. for like a full hour and a half, I just like could not think. Like, just like, I don't even know if it was like brain fog or not, but like my brain just was like intense on one thing, but like I don't know. This is what happens when you just have too much caffeine for too long. At least it felt like I was not able to really comprehend what I was trying to do fully, if that makes sense. So I took a shower, freshened me up. I feel better now. I'm like back to normal, but I don't know, that was kind of a weird experience. Okay, another quick caffeine break. I just had lunch. It's 4 p.m. and I'm feeling fine. It's like once I got over that like hump early in the morning, I feel good, and I think I just feel excited for life right now, so probably helps me out quite a bit. Okay. Oh, wow. So I just did my meditation. I'm gonna show you what it looked like. Just like that. Did it for 35 minutes. Focusing on the sensations of the breath. And I gotta tell you something. I have not been consistent with my meditation. So, my God, was it, first of all, very relaxing. However, it was so relaxing that I actually was a little bit sleepy. And that's a problem. You actually don't want to be sleepy when you're doing the type of meditation that I'm doing. If you're sleepy when you're doing the type of meditation that I'm doing, it's because your brain, like, you're supposed to just train yourself to be fully alert and wide awake during your meditation, and being sleepy during meditation is actually a problem. It means that your practice is not as effective as it should be. The reason that I was sleepy during the meditation is because I haven't done it in a long time. And it's making me think about this reliance on caffeine that I've had. And caffeine, you know, having too much of it in general just makes you feel like anxious, even though you have like energy, but you just feel like very intense, you know? I remember when I was doing really good at being really consistent with my meditation, I was doing like 30 minutes to an hour every day of my meditation.
And I got to a point where I wasn't sleepy at all during meditations. In fact, I feel like I was fully alert and wide awake during those meditations, but they were also very restorative. I remember I used to like not sleep, or like I was like sleeping like 5 hours a night, or like even 4 hours sometimes. I'd go to sleep at midnight, wake up at 5 in the morning, totally fine. And I think it's because I've also seen some studies that show that meditating for 15 minutes is just as effective as taking a nap for 15 to 20 minutes. So meditating can be just very restful. And I was like, I feel like when I was meditating for an hour, it was like, almost like I was getting the same amount of rest as sleep for an hour. So it would just help me just be awake consistently. Then throwing in this caffeine, I feel like it's just going to be, that's something else that I want to be really consistent on, so that I just have more continuous energy throughout my days. Meditation is one of those things that I'm not consistent with, but every time that I'm not consistent with it, I regret not being consistent with it. Like, it might just slip out the back of my mind, but then every time when I'm consistent with it, I'm like, wow, there's so many benefits to it. So many benefits to it that I absolutely love. And I love feeling just alert and awake all the time. I love being awake. I love life. I'm one of those people that just genuinely love life. And so the more time that I have to be alert and awake, the better. That's how I see it. So yeah, I don't know. I just thought that was kind of interesting.
Good morning. It's day 2 of no caffeine. Yesterday, I thought I would have some more updates for you, but I'm going to be honest. Besides having a really weird moment of not being able to like focus like properly, I think the rest of the day ended up being kind of normal. I definitely just was more, I guess, a little more tired than usual than if I would have had some caffeine, but like that's normal, you know. This morning I woke up and I feel good. I feel excited to start my day. I think that's more of a life excitement, pushing myself. And then I feel less groggy than I did yesterday morning. Like, I feel like I can perceive more things, just a little bit less mentally cloudy this morning, just immediately off the rip. And I think that's probably because if I didn't have any caffeine yesterday, my brain got a little bit of a chance to heal, you know? Although Mackenzie did go get a Dutch Bros and then I finished it off. So, I mean, I should have probably shown you that, but we had a friend over and then I was just hanging out and I got distracted. And yeah. Also, I just improved my mile pace by like 20 seconds per mile just today. Can't really say whether or not that's caffeine related, but I mean, we're taking dubs everywhere this morning. Just a quick update on like the full second workday. It's 4 p.m. right now. Now that I've had like no caffeine all day today, I gotta tell you, I feel like my energy is a lot more stable throughout the day. Normally around that like 2 p.m.-ish mark, like I used to get pretty like sleepy, and that's when I'm like, okay, let me get this like third or fourth energy drink down the hatch. But today, I passed that like to like 1-2 p.m. mark, totally fine, and I feel like I'm able to concentrate like more consistently. It's kind of nice. I feel like there's so many benefits to this that I didn't realize, just because I'll tell you, I just love the taste of energy drinks. I love it. I just don't think that caffeine's good for me. Hello. You know, I'm gonna give myself props for consistently meditating right now. I'm like 4 days deep. Gotta stick with it. I just told Mackenzie I was so sleepy this meditation. So sleepy. It's, you know, like when you're in school and like you're like super bored of a subject and the teacher keeps talking, but like you can't keep your eyes open. You're like, that's what I was doing right here. So sleepy. Good morning. What time is it? 7:31, and we're about to start day 3, no caffeine. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm getting up and it's like the normal wake uppy, like tiredly feeling, but like I'm starting to feel already within day 3 of like the different. Oh, hello, Feta says good morning as well. Hi, good morning, girl. Good morning. I'm starting to feel like I can tell this morning I don't have as much brain fog as I did the day before, and honestly, I haven't been in a situation where like my craving for caffeine has made me like feel the need to break this commitment, which is really, really nice. You know what I'm realizing about myself? That the habit to consume the stimulant is like more of a driving factor for me than the actual stimulant itself. I told you that I love energy drinks because I love the flavor of them, and they're fizzy and they're good. Like, of course I want a cherry blast in the morning, or a Hawaiian shaved ice from Alani. Are you kidding me? It tastes so good, and it's no calories. Or like 15 calories max because I get the low calorie ones, and they taste so good, ridiculously good. And then I have the stimulant that comes along with that just incredible flavor. And then at least for me and like my psychology and brain, then I feel like slightly dependent on that stimulant, right? I say slightly, like as if I wasn't having 4 energy drinks a day. But it's like, okay, I just want the flavor, but then now because I'm having withdrawals from the stimulant, let me have more of that flavor, because that flavor will then fix how terrible I feel. That's kind of, I think, like what goes on with me, at least. And it's that habit of having those things that's pretty bad. And then also, that's kind of how it is with the vape for me. If I'm thinking about it, I probably hadn't hit the vape in like 6 months before I started vaping again. And then I started getting headaches again when I was vaping for like 2 weeks. Those first 72 hours when I threw that vape away last week on the video of like me spending a week alone, I would have the random cravings for it, but it was more so I could like, if I was sitting at my desk, I could like feel my like hand want to reach out and grab it. But obviously there was nothing there, so it was just like, then I was like, I'd have nothing to do. I felt really weird. And it made me crave it because I was like, what is that? So it's like the habit of like consuming the vape. I'm telling you, I loved vaping because the flavored air was so good. I vaped literally for the flavor. The flavor, strawberry watermelon. That sounds incredible every morning. And all throughout the day, I can just have a little bit of strawberry watermelon all day. Loved it. And then the nicotine was then like, okay, well, I probably, same thing. It's like, okay, run me some strawberry watermelon because now I don't feel good if I don't have some nicotine in me. But that's kind of just ridiculous. That's such a scam to get people addicted to your substance and then buy a ton of it. I mean, I've probably spent, well over a few $100s on vapes in my lifetime. Probably even more with caffeine and like all the energy drinks and all the coffees I bought in my life. I'm sure it's a few thousand. One of the people in my neighborhood has three huskies, and they like let them live outside. They have like an outdoor husky house. You can probably still hear them in the background. They have got to be the worst neighbors on the planet. I couldn't imagine living next to these guys. Hearing that all the time. I'm walking my dog by them. I used to walk my dog at 6 in the morning. I feel bad for these guys. Imagine how many times they have to live next to that, and I'm walking by at 6 in the morning and they're going nuts. Not everybody wakes up at 6. I gotta do right now. Let's not even let my dog out. She's gonna come sprinting. Wait for it.
There she goes. She loves going outside. I have to go outside because I am falling asleep at the desk right now. Oh my god. I took a shower, and showers always make me like a little bit tired. But I swear I could fall asleep right now. I'm really glad. I feel like my mental clarity is actually a lot better. I think what I'm noticing is that I'm just gaining in mental clarity when I don't have caffeine. I used to like need caffeine to get mental clarity, and now I just don't seem to like need that at all. In fact, my mental clarity is getting better every day. But a moment like right now is when traditionally I'd be like, yo, let me slam down an energy drink because I could fall asleep. I close my eyes like that to blink and they'd want to stay shut. This is how I would be if I could. And then I'd probably pass out. I just don't want to be a little baby and like take a nap. I'm not going to do that. I hate napping. I think napping is such a waste. Like if I need a nap because like I'm sick or something, sure. But right now, just a nap? Bleh, no.
Hello.
What are you doing?
What?
What's in your hand?
Drinks.
Drinks!
And I got them right this time.
Nice.
Thank you.
No, thank you, Deanna.
Hello, FBI.
Hello. What do you want to tell them today?
Hello.
No crimes have been committed?
No crimes. I did hit a curb. But it was just a curb.
Yep, and it was the curb's fault.
Curb's fault.
I was feeling so sleepy. But Deanna brought Dutch Bros over and I'm just so awake now. Yeah, this is what I mean when like caffeine occasionally makes it like a super hit, because I've only had half of this thing, whereas normally I would down the whole thing. I feel like I drank 3 of those. I'm gonna be honest with you, that caffeine absolutely saved my workday. I was ready to fall asleep. I want to say though that it was more dependent on like my sleep last night, that like I felt as tired as I did. However, because I've gone like the past 4 days without caffeine, I drink almost the whole thing. And I'm genuinely, am I wired? Yeah, your boy's wired. Your boy's wired, and it feels good. It feels good. But it only feels this good because I didn't have 4 energy drinks per day the past few days. My brain is literally recovering from the absolute, I don't know, devastation that I've given it for the past like 3 months. Energy drinks every day. So anyway, yeah, that's that. Finished up. It was a little watered down at the end. Didn't taste as good. But now that that's all finished up, I don't know. I'm actually still very excited to keep on pushing the no caffeine thing. Like, I'm not going out of my way, but how am I going to deny a sweet treat for my friends? I can't. So one of there's a good balance. I'm learning how to balance myself in life. Balance. Yeah, my dog decided to just sit on top of her kennel so she can look for rabbits. Nice, fella. Good job. This is the worst part of every morning. I can only take one dog at a time. Look at her. She's so sad. Fella, stay. You're gonna stay, okay? It'll be okay. Stay with mom. Oh my. Dude, it is Thursday, caffeineless, and let me tell you, I am feeling... I woke up again with a lot of energy. Yesterday, I know I had a Dutch Bros yesterday because my friend brought over a sweet treat. Like I said, I was not going to deny the sweet treats, and honestly, it saved me. I want to say what I was feeling yesterday was probably just due to, like, maybe I didn't sleep as good as I thought I did. And that actually didn't feel like a caffeine, like, withdrawal thing, because today I'm up. I woke up honestly faster than the past week. Like, I've been, like, opening my eyes a little groggy, and then I'm up. Today was, like, one of my normal days where, like, I opened my eyes, and then I'm just up. So I feel like my morning grogginess was almost like actually entirely gone. Like I woke up and I had clarity of mind. Like I didn't need caffeine to get rid of that mental fog, you know? Check it out. We're up earlier today. I heard one person say this. Relationships are the most important thing in life. However, people forget
that the most important relationship that you have is the relationship you have with yourself. Come on. Where's my mind explosion memes and gifs? Ever since that day, I haven't been able to stop thinking about the fact that we have a relationship with ourselves. Whoa. And not only do we have a relationship with ourselves, we are actually in control of that relationship with ourselves and how we feel about it. Do you sometimes feel like you let yourself down a lot? Like you don't do the things that you want to do? Do you feel like you're harsh on yourself? You know what I'm saying? Or are you nice to yourself? Do you treat yourself positively? Are you a fucking savage and you hype yourself up? Think about it. And if not, if you don't have a good relationship with yourself, why? It probably comes down to what are you not doing that you should be doing. My camera's about to die. Okay, we're so back. So yeah, you have a relationship with yourself and you are in control of it. And it's like, are you doing the things that you want to be doing? Are you doing things that make you happy? I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Part of that, I think the whole reason that I started this channel, and especially if I go back and I watch my first videos, this is kind of interesting. It's like, if I go back and analyze where I was like standing at mentally, and I'm still not completely like past that part, right? If I go back and stand where I was at mentally, I want to say that my relationship with myself was not doing as good as it should have been, as good as it could be, and it wasn't like, I guess, optimal and great. And that's because I wasn't doing things that made me feel alive with purpose and passion. And I talk about those things. I'm like, I just don't feel excited about things. I've been feeling stuck. And it's because I literally just wasn't doing the things that I need to do to feel the opposite of that, to feel excitement, to feel hyped, to feel happy and grateful as much as I could be. And that sucked. Man, what was I thinking? I'll tell you what I was thinking. I was trying to get too much external stimulation. Especially right now that I'm filming this video with like no caffeine, that I stopped vaping as well. And then I've started meditating, because really, this is why I love meditation. Meditation forces you to sit there for like 15 to 45 minutes with no stimulation. And then when you're done with it, you realize you don't need as much stimulation as you thought in life. And so like, honestly, I think what I was doing, like searching for too much stimulation, is like, one, I was playing the game that I played with Andrew. I was playing RuneScape too much. I was like trying to drink too many caffeinated beverages. I was vaping again, just trying to get these dopamine hits throughout the day. And then, then the days would go on, and then I'd sit and I'd watch a movie or a show with Mackenzie, and I'd be locked into that show. And I was getting all of this external stimulation, but I wasn't listening to my internal stimulation. I wasn't doing the things that I wanted to do that make me feel alive on an emotional level. And then I think doing those things, making those other things a habit, searching for so much external stimulation, was just making me not as happy as I could be. Also, just look at how weird my dog is. This is how she looks out the window. It cracks me up. Yeah, it was just making me not as happy as I could be. last night when I was like, Mackenzie and I always have like our together time later at night. We threw on a show and I was like, man, I started feeling like almost guilty in a way. I was like, man, I don't even want to watch this right now. I actually want to start editing a video. And Mackenzie was like, Chris, what's wrong? I can feel that you don't want to be here. And I had to tell her, I was like, I'm just like, I'm not done working for the day. Like, I want to work on the things that I'm passionate about right now. And she was like, God, she's so amazing. She told me it was like totally okay, you know? And she was like, yeah, like, I want you to be happy. And so like, I grabbed my laptop down there and like, she threw on the show and I sat with her while I edited and we still watched the show. And I mean, I didn't end up paying attention to any of it, but I was just editing and we were together. And so I'm grateful, one, to be in that situation, and two, I was sitting there editing and I was like, wow, I don't need that type of external stimulation anymore to feel good, to feel that dopamine, to feel alive.
I'm going to be honest with you guys, and we got a big situation over here. Mackenzie decided to get a sweet treat. So we're having a Dutch energy drink. The reason why it's especially bad is because it is, what time is it? It's 8:14 p.m. at night. So, while we are having a little bit of caffeine tonight, what's especially bad is the timing. 8:14 p.m., your boy's having some caffeine. That's going to be a tough one. So we're going to see what happens tonight. I might be up all night. I might heavily regret this tomorrow in the morning, but I will update you because tomorrow's Saturday, which marks day 6 of not having caffeine except for when we get sweet treats with friends or Mackenzie. However, for the most part, I can definitely tell the difference from like, I was drinking 4 energy drinks a day to just like none now. Besides, like, I've had two energy drinks throughout the whole week, right? So if I normally, we're like 5 days in right now, 5 times 4 that's 20 energy drinks I would have had this so far this week. That's pretty bad. To 2, that's a 90% reduction. Hell yeah. Damn, that's pretty good. We're 90% better this week. That's sick. All right, I'll keep you updated. I'll let you know how I feel. By the way, it makes me feel freaking alert and awake. I'm kind of at the point where I've had this longer than usual because I can't really drink all of it because of how much caffeine it has. And like you guys saw when I had the other caffeine, the other Dutch Bros with Deanna like 2-3 days ago, I drank that whole thing. You guys saw me finish it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish this. I don't know. I don't think so. But I'm going to be honest, part of me thinks that it tastes so good that I want to try. So I'll keep you updated. I'll let you know what happens. We made some devastating decisions last night. They tasted amazing, but devastating decisions. I woke up today, by the way, I woke up at like 6:45. And I have this thing where like as soon as I open my eyes, especially when I've been meditating, as soon as I open my eyes, I'm up. My eyes open at 6:45, I'm up. I stayed up until 2:30 in the morning last night, wired, because of the energy drink. And I gotta tell you something though, it tasted good. It tasted so good, I wasn't gonna not drink it. I actually couldn't finish it though. I was gonna tell you guys if I could finish it or not, and I could not. It was too much caffeine, but it tasted so good I went off. You know what I am noticing this morning though? I am up, but my eyes feel really tired. Obviously I haven't slept enough, but they actually feel the same as they were feeling like a week ago when I was having like caffeine every single day. This is how my eyes and like my grogginess and my tiredness would feel every single day. And that to me shows me that like this will probably just go away as soon as I get some good night's rest tonight. And today's Saturday, so I'm gonna get plenty of opportunity to sleep. Yeah, this just shows me that we've been making some good progress, and this will go away like tomorrow. I'm sure I'll feel better. We're not gonna have any caffeine today, probably. I don't know. I'll keep you updated. But overall, the whole week is being a progress, a big dub in progress. That's what we like to see. Life's good. This girl did not have any caffeine, so she's ready. I'm gonna take her on a 2-mile run today. We've been doing one singular mile and trading days, her and Ranger. Ranger's he's a little overweight. Not a lot. No vet has told us that, but I can see it in his belly. So I'm gonna take this girl on a 2-mile run today. And she is fast. She pulls me sometimes. You know what's stupid too? My ring died. I was able to show you guys one night of sleep with it, and it was like, I don't know, 20% battery left, like when I was going to bed, and now it's just dead. She sees the bunny. There it goes. You see it running across the road. I forget this happens to me when I'm meditating consistently, but I swear when I'm meditating more, I sleep less because I just sleep more efficiently. And that also sometimes means that I'll wake up extremely early in the morning, and I'm wide awake right now. I don't know how many hours I slept, but I feel like I slept a lot of them. And like, what time is it right now? It's 5:50 in the morning. It's dark. It's pitch black out here. It's not pitch black. That's such an exaggeration. But it's dark out here. And I'm up. And it's just time to start the day, I guess, because I laid in bed and I opened my eyes and I was like, oh, it's like 5:30, like time to get back to bed. And I laid there and my brain started working. And now 15 minutes went by and I was like, this is not, Chris, you know yourself well enough to know you're not going to fall back asleep. So I was like, all right, let's get up and let's get at it. And then I almost wanted to be lazy for a second. I was like, okay, it's so early. I normally don't run when I can't see what's in front of me. And then I was like, okay, I'll just go run later tonight. And that felt kind of good because I knew I could be a little bit lazy. And then I thought to myself, how bad do you want it? How bad do you want it, Chris? You want to be a slob? You want to be a slob, huh? You want to be an unfit loser? No. And I said, get your ass up. Put on those running clothes that you put right next to the bed on purpose. And go run, even if it's dark out. Because guess what, brother? You got a flashlight on here. So it's currently 5:45 in the morning. The only thing I can see right now is this bright flashlight right in front of me. And we're about to hit this morning run with fettuccine that also wakes up full of energy at all times. Also, to give you a quick recap on Sunday was kind of like my day off, just chilled with Mackenzie day, and we had a friend come over. And I didn't have any caffeine yesterday. No caffeine at all. Yeah, no energy drinks, nothing. I was literally like fully raw. No sweet treats with friends or Mackenzie. I was just raw. And I definitely was tired yesterday. Because the previous day, you know, I had a Dutch Rose with Mackenzie, and I'm starting to be able to tell like a little bit of the difference between I have caffeine one day and how I feel the next day. However, I think I'm at a point where I've just been having such a little caffeine where it's starting to just not really affect me too much. Morning. I was absolutely slammed with work yesterday, so I didn't record too much. But I didn't feel the need for caffeine at all yesterday. There was not one single moment in that day where I felt tired to a point where I thought, oh, I could use a little pick-me-up. And then right around 3 p.m. is when I've been doing just like a half-hour meditation or so. And I just, because that's like when I'm like, you know, I'm after that 2 p.m. hunk, but I'm still awake. And so I've been sending it then. And in those meditations, yesterday, I did not want to fall asleep during that meditation. So there is also that combination. Like the first few days where I was meditating, I could have, like, I was sitting up in my chair and I could have just fallen asleep. And that's just, you know, how it was going. But part of the meditation that I do is when you feel sleepy, you have to keep reminding yourself to be awake. So whenever I would get sleepy, I would say to myself, you know, like, wide alert and awake. Wide awake and alert. That's what I would say, just in my brain. And then I would just force myself to be up, even though I'm sitting up and I'm like falling asleep. And I think that part of my meditation is now kicking in throughout the rest of my life, because every day keeps getting easier to wake up. I think at a certain point, there's probably like more diminishing returns, because yesterday I wasn't sleepy at all. No need for caffeine. Today, probably gonna feel the same way. So, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm probably coming up on the end of the series. Originally, I was gonna do a week without caffeine, and then I realized that, like, I was still working on other projects, so I might as well, and I couldn't get to this one yet, so I was like, I might as well just keep recording. And now I'm realizing it. I'm just doing it until the goal is completed, to where I don't feel dependent on caffeine anymore. And yesterday was the first day that I don't feel dependent for caffeine anymore. It's always the little dogs, huh? Ooh, because you know what? Before I started thinking about this, I've been doing this series for this channel where I go a week without caffeine. And it's been so easy to record for that, because like I'm like, okay, oh, this is a caffeine update, I should record here, I should record now, and it just happens throughout the day, and it's making it so easy to record enough quantity and quality that I want to. So I think I should incorporate that same thing that's working somewhere else. So that's what we do in life. We take the things that are working and do them again. I just want you to know I've had an absolutely incredible day. I've not felt tired at all throughout the day. I finished meditating, and I didn't get sleepy at all during the meditation. So that means my brain is definitely getting healthier. And to be honest, I'm on a pretty great roll right now. And I think that means this video series is actually complete. Took a little bit longer than a week, but I can tell that I'm on the other side of like craving caffeine. I no longer crave caffeine. I woke up in the morning and, like, yes, I think about it, right? Because it was like a habit. I was having caffeine every single morning for I don't know, years. Whether it was a coffee or an energy drink or something, you know, you're used to having caffeine. I wasn't going as extreme as in the beginning, as I mean in the end. But I mean, I wake up and I'm like, oh, this, you know, do my thing. And I'm like, oh, I could have an energy drink, or I could have some caffeine right now. I'm good. I don't need it. Walk away and I'm fine. And I don't crave it again. I don't think about it again. It's literally only when I open my fridge and I see Mackenzie's energy drinks. Then the rest of the day, I don't think about the caffeine. So I guess there's no need to keep dragging this out. It's done. That is my personal recovery from caffeine, I guess. I was just doing this as like a personal test, and then I was going to start drinking caffeine again, because I was like, yeah, I went 10 days without caffeine, you know, like I went 10 days without caffeine. Let me get back on it now, because I proved to myself that I could go 10 days without it. That was originally what I was going to do. No, I'm good. I actually would rather not have caffeine. And that's what I mean. I've crossed over that point. I don't know if you guys have experienced this, and I hope you guys have. But when you're eating really unhealthy for a long time, like let's say you're having McDonald's, you're having pizza, and you're just having like unhealthy foods, you crave those unhealthy foods. And then after a while, like if you're like me, you just had to eat healthy and you eat healthy for a while, and then you're like, after you eat healthy for long enough, you no longer crave those bad foods, and instead you want the good foods and only the good foods. And obviously, like, you know, I lapse on that from time to time with foods and whatnot, but like when I'm eating healthy, I don't crave unhealthy foods anymore, and that's just what happened with caffeine. So I think having just the occasional caffeine as like a sweet treat with Mackenzie and here and there is way better than habitually having it every single day for my own personal needs. And I guess that's it. That's done. That's game over. Caffeine, suck it. And I'll see you guys on the next one, on the next vid. Hit subscribe if you want to. I'm going to do something crazy. I have not been vaping, but Mackenzie's going to be gone for a week. And she doesn't like when I vape, so that's part of why I stopped. And also, it's just not good for me. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say fuck it. I'm going to buy a vape. I'm going to smoke it for a week. And then I'm going to get off that one too and tell you what that experience is like. Because that one I think is actually low-key more intense than caffeine. That just seems fun. Okay, cool. I'll see you guys on the next one.